Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Klinger2. In today's video we're going to be talking about how to play Roadhog in every game mode from casual up to pretty much high competitive play. Most of the time this character is pretty straightforward, but I think there's some stuff that you can do to make yourself stand up from the rest of the Roadhogs and just overall the game. So first off, I'm loading into the practice range here, and we got a Tracer here. I'm actually going to switch this out to a different champ, so let's go with Cassidy. So first off, we're going to have to know this combo here. It's basically a hook, shoot, melee. Hook, shoot, melee. And the reason you do this is because, let's say, it just kills squishies in one basically combo, and it kills also healers in one combo. Which, since you're going to be running into a lot of those, getting picks with Roadhog, since that's his main, basically, character basis with his hook, you have to do that. Now let's talk about this for a sec. So basically, when you hook him, it's going to get dragged pretty close to you, but kind of far away at the same time. Since, you know, Roadhog's pretty close range, this is still considerably far away. So if I shoot him, it's not going to kill him. But if I walk up and melee him to finish him off, then it kills him. Now, what you can do to kind of maybe even alleviate some of this is you can hook him and then keep walking forward. So now at this point, you're here by the time basically he stops moving. And if you shoot him in the chest, he still basically takes a lot of damage, then you melee him to finish him off. There is, if you aim kind of more towards the neck-ish area, like that, you basically kill him on sight basically. So if you actually shoot him about here, he gets down to that, and then his hook kills him. So his initial damage with the hook will actually do enough damage to push him over the edge if you just shoot him in the chest right here. And this goes for pretty much all squishy characters and healers as well. Healers are a little bit, some of them are a little bit more finicky, but overall the combo of hook, melee, and then it'd be hook, melee, shoot, or hook, shoot, melee. That's my bad. So you hook them, shoot them, melee. That's your main combo. And if you can get that down and you can do it effectively, you'll pretty much be a good Roadhog player. That's honestly about it as far as that combo goes. And as far as his secondary fire, if you shoot at their head, Cassidy's a little bit weird, honestly. I've tested this out many times. He's kind of weird, but you can get the one-shot headshot with this. A lot of times if you shoot at their chin-ish level, their neck-ish, it does get a one-shot headshot sometimes. So I go to these robots over here. It, you know, it's a very small hitbox, and it's kind of different for every champ. But you can get headshots with it. Even if you don't get a headshot and you kind of just aim for the neckish area, it's going to hit in the head and the chest at the same time. So you'll get both sides. You'll get a headshot and you'll get just a default shot. That's pretty good. So, I mean, you could just do this. You know, you can chain them into that and then shoot them again. So, I mean, that is another way you can do it. That's a lot harder to do in-game than just labbing it, obviously. But the secondary fire is nice. It allows you to get a pretty good headshot damage in. And it also just, you know, does damage. Let's see if we can get an Ashen here, and I can show you what I'm talking about with the one-shot headshot. So if I go over here, it's a little bit annoying because I was actually doing this pretty consistently earlier. And I mean, basically, it does work. It's just it's a small hitbox most of the time. See, even if you hit him in the head like that, it doesn't work. It's a small hitbox. I would say lab it, but it is possible to do it. Next up is Roadhog's hooks go through a lot of objects that you can walk on. So you can walk on this. It looks like a very solid object. You know, you can't walk through this wall, but what you can do is a Roadhog's hook. You can actually hook them through this wall and then do the combo. Now, if you do this, you know, most of the time this hook is not, it's going to be out of a weird position, right? So basically they might have some health left over, so you're going to have to finish them off otherwise. But that is a thing, and I have seen that happen to me when I was playing Lucia one time. He basically hooked me through, like, I don't even know how it hooked through a wall, but it did, because a lot of, like, Roadhog's hooks can apparently bypass a lot of these collision walls. And, you know, that's something to keep in mind. I'm not saying it will go through every collision wall, but it will go through some of them. That is just how Roadhog works, and it's very, very nice. Another thing is with his heals, you know, this is very straightforward. This is if you get hit with Anna's grenade, which is an anti-heal, you cannot heal with your grenade active on you. That goes with any champ that has any heals at all, or healers trying to heal you as far as heals go. So pretty much the main last thing I'm going to show is Roadhog's ult, which is this, and you can hook into the ult. So that's also really cool. You can also heal during the ult. His ult allows you to do everything Roadhog can normally do while putting it on basically his gun not on full blast all the time. And that's really nice because if you have a D.Va on the other team, or let's say a Sigma, you know, they're sucking up the bullets, especially a Sigma. If you see a Sigma using his suck up ability, you just don't shoot him. You just stop shooting him, shoot someone else. It is literally as easy as that. Don't shoot a Sigma that's trying to charge up his overshields. If you do that, you're like basically putting your team in a really bad situation and you in a bad situation. And overall, you can just kind of go around and just use that ult whenever you want. I'm trying to charge it back up here. But I have one more thing to show after this. Just trying to give this another example. And so yeah. So like I said, you just do this, you can heal up, you can hook them, and then use your ult immediately afterward. So that's a very good thing. The last thing I'm going to show you is you can actually, I think it's a lot better shown up here. So you can actually turn with this hook, which is very cool. So basically, let's say you're hooking this guy, right? So this is kind of a not really great example, but in training you can't really get a better example than this, I feel like. So basically, you see how I hooked him from here and I just drug him straight in front of me, right? Well, let's say this is max range for the hook, right? So you're here, this range is, he's gonna fall off basically if you hook him up here and your team's up here to like kill someone. Let's say it's a tank. You actually turn him sideways and that pulls him over to, normally it goes on this side, but this time it pulled him over here, and it pulls him to a side of where you're shooting at. So basically now he's up here instead of falling on the ground. And that's useful because if, let's say you have a Reinhardt and your team needs to just shoot him a lot, well, that Reinhardt is now over on your team side, even though he would have fallen down here otherwise. So that's really nice. Okay, he's out of range, he doesn't want to do it again. But overall, that's pretty much the Roadhog experience in Overwatch 2. Basically, just make sure you get your shotgun melee down, and then, that's pretty much it, honestly. Just make sure you can do that over and over again. And honestly, even if you don't get the hook, this combo just by default is very strong. So overall, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. And if you want to follow me on Twitch at TheRealKlinger2, go right ahead and be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. If this was helpful, please let me know. And if there's anything else I left out, let me know as well. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a good day. Oh, I forgot. I have a tier list. I'm actually going to show this. So I go here and let me double check this real quick. I actually exit out of this. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. So this is the tier list. So basically, this is, if I was to rank characters that Roadhog's strong and weak against, this is what I'm going to go with. Overall, his tough matchups are just, you have to make sure when you're using against these champs, basically his hook, that they're not going to block all your damage. So basically, Brigitte, you can probably hook him. I don't know if you can shoot him that much. You might get one shot in. Not much more than that. Maybe the melee, but she can put her shield up. So if she puts her shield up before that first shot goes off, you're not going to do much damage. Doomfist can block your shots if he's fast enough. Not that you say you're going to run into Doomfist, but let's say you do. Lucio can boop you away before you can shoot him, which is very common for Lucio to do, so you have to watch out for that. So I'd say probably just use your secondary fire on Lucio. Moira, if she gets into her invincibility form and Reaper, both cases, then you're just going to have to watch out for that. And you might not even get a shot off if they can get off before you get your shot off. Sigma is just kind of an awkward scenario. Sometimes he has, I would say if you're going to hook Sigma, make sure you already used his bullet suck up. That's the only thing I would say. His barriers are really hard to pull out once his bullet suck up's gone, so really that's all you need to do with Sigma is just make sure his bullet suck up's gone, and then after that, his shield barrier is not that hard to deal with. He's weak against Anna because that puts her anti-heal grenade on you, so you can't heal yourself. D.Va, she just sucks up all his bullets, can deny an ult essentially. Genji can reflect the bullets back if you shoot him, so I mean basically he's invulnerable to your primary attack. Sombra can hack you, so she's really good against every tank in the game, but even Roadhog she's still really good against. Basically your heals are gone and your hook's gone, so there's that. Zarya, if she puts her bubble shields out on someone and she puts it on herself, you just gained her like probably 50 points in like her gun damage. So yeah, she's also not that great to hook. What he is strong against though is Bastion. Bastion is a big hitbox and he's not going to do enough damage to really kill a Roadhog up front. So you hook a Bastion, you're pretty much you're cooking. Ham, he's just a huge hitbox, honestly, for Roadhog, and there's really not a whole lot this dude can do against him just in a 1v1. Over time, I really do feel like Roadhog will just win by his attrition because he can heal himself, essentially. I know Ball can too, but I do think over time, in a close range fight with his hook, that basically Roadhog is the upper hand. Winston's a very annoying. It's annoying playing Winston going up against a Roadhog, just basically the sheer fact that Winston's a huge hitbox and is basically every bullet that he shoots out is gonna like hit him completely. So if you just like get him out of his circle or you play in his barrier, you know, he's still gonna just dish out some big damage if he's near you. And actually, where is he? Reinhardt needs to be up here. Reinhardt, I totally did not mean to put him there. Right, he's a direct counter to Reinhardt. That's my bad. He's extremely strong against Reinhardt. Reinhardt literally just, you hook him and he can't do anything against it. That dude is just cooked. He is cooked if you hook him. Junker Queen right now is kind of just bad, but I really do feel like Roadhog has the upper hand on her for the heals, and she just is not going to do enough damage deal back to really heal herself faster than Roadhog can just dish out damage, since they're both melee champs basically. You know, Roadhog's not melee, but he's short range. So I think Roadhog definitely has the upper hand on Junker Queen. So that's my information on Roadhog. I hope, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy. Sorry about the kind of restart at the end there. But have a good day, everyone. See you.